Okay, so we're going to go through how to get Jack from hook up his sling to his Hoyer lift. So you can see that he is in a sling here. And the first thing you're going to do is look at there's three loops here. 1, 2, 3. The lowest loop, or the one that is closest to the actual sling, what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we are going to wrap it over, or put it in the first loop that's facing away from him. Then we're going to take the one on the same side, and we're going to take not the lowest loop, but the second loop, and we're going to hook that into the hook that is pointing towards him. So you can see right now he's got his right side is hooked to the Hoyer lift. So now we're going to go to the left side and repeat that same process. So here at the bottom, I am picking the second loop and putting it on the hook that is facing him. And then I am picking up the top part and I'm getting the first loop to hook up towards him. And you can see it's not quite reaching. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my lift and I'm going to take this black button and I'm going to push it to the left, so towards the pole. And what that does is it makes the Hoyer go down, and then I'm going to lock it back again by pushing it back. So I come over here to Jack and I take my loop and my sling and I'm able to hook it in like that. Okay, the other thing you want to make sure is that Jack's head has some of the sling behind it. And then we have to take his feeding bag, which is on the back of his chair, and we'll just take it off and we will hook it on this outside hook right here. All right. And then we will take his wound vac, which is also on the back of his chair, and we will also hook that to the same hook. So now we've got both items hooked. Jack is hooked up to the Hoyer. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, make sure that this black lever is pushed all the ways to the right. And then we're going to start pumping the handle. And as you can see, it starts lifting Jack up. Now, as you do this, you want to make sure that all of these tubes are clear. And his hand is tucked in, so you don't want these tubes getting caught on anything. And sometimes what I do is, if there's enough room, I will just kind of put them up here. And again, just kind of make sure that there's nothing there. Also make sure there's no seat belts or anything that is holding him in. So we will continue to lift him up and use the handle. It takes me about 20 to 25 pumps to get him where he needs to be. Okay, so now I've gone as high as I can go, and you can see down here that it's wider than his wheelchair. So I'm just going to pull back and he will be free of his wheelchair. So you can see now that he is out of his wheelchair. I'm going to pull his wheelchair back so it's out of the way. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the width of the legs a little smaller. So I'm going to take this handle and kind of bring it in a little bit so you can see that the legs start coming in. Now Jack also moved a little bit, so you can take these handles on the back and kind of straighten him out so that he's in alignment with the feet below. And then you are going to push the lift, and you're going to go over to the treatment table and center the legs under the treatment table. As you can see, fish tank there. And then you're gonna take this handle and you're gonna straighten Jack out so he's in alignment with the bed. And now this is a little tricky because technically you can see his bum's a little lower than the mattress, so you're gonna have to lift his bum up a little bit and scoot him onto the mattress while you're pushing the lift in. And I'm gonna set this down for that. So now we have Jack aligned, and then what we're going to do is we are going to lower the lift. And how you're going to do that is take this lever and you're going to bring it in, and you don't have to bring it in very much, and it'll slowly bring him down. And sometimes it'll move because the weight is shifting. And there we go. All right, and then we start taking the loops off. I would also advise relocking it, otherwise it'll go all the way to the ground. So then we start removing the loops. So the loops are removed. Also remove the feed bag and the cord, so just unhook them from the hooks. Okay, and I normally just put the feed bag down here at the end, and I put his wound back up here by the fish tank. Okay, and then finish getting the loops out. Okay, and then what you can do is lift the Hoyer up a little bit by pumping it up, and then you pull the Hoyer away. And then what I do is I normally put some blankets underneath his legs to support them, and we are done.